Oh. Okay, the meeting is called to order. And we have, Woody here, and Carrie Lloyd is going to be appointed a regular member since we do not have enough regular members. So you are, so the first thing is, well, you know what, before I do anything, I need to read something that the Board of Selectmen has asked all the commission chairmen to read to their members and to the public, which does not happen to be here, but okay, so this is what he would like read, and I shall read it. Recently, we've noticed some behavior at a few of our board and commission meetings that we feel is in contrast to the way the town has conducted itself for many years. We, as the Board of Selectmen, felt it was important to address this conduct and to make it clear to everyone that what we believe has made Washington a unique place to live. The town of Washington believes that residents have the right and in fact the responsibility to take part in how the town operates and makes decisions. We have a long history of having one of the highest percentage of residents participating in local, state, and federal elections, as well as volunteering to fill positions on our various boards and commissions. Not only do we volunteer for town government, we actively volunteer for our fire department, ambulance association, and the many nonprofit groups in town that seek to make Washington a better place. Participating in these organizations is a privilege and an expectation for those of us living in Washington. It brings joy to those who serve, and it also brings responsibility. One important aspect of participating is remembering that working together is critical to any organization's success. Whether you're a member of a commission or board or participating as a member of the public, we expect everyone to act in a manner that respects all people, no matter their beliefs. As a town, we expect everyone to listen to others without interruption, speak when recognized, and respect those who have agreed to take on a leadership role. Especially important is the respect the chair of a committee deserves. Running a meeting is no easy task. We cannot and should not accept behavior that belittles, bullies, or threatens others. We believe it is vital to the continued success of our town to accept that our opinions will not always be accepted by the majority, and to agree to disagree in a respectful manner. We may not always get what we want, but we must respect others who have taken the time to participate. We feel strongly that the same courtesies and respect be extended to all staff and employees, whether it's public works, land use, clerks, or elected officials. All of these individuals work tirelessly to serve the residents of our community. Chippewa High School athletes have long been recognized by their peers as athletes who show the utmost sportsmanship in the Berkshire League. Our sons and daughters win and lose with dignity. Let's all try to live up to their example and treat each other with the same respect we expect people to treat us. The vast majority of our residents have proven time and again that they meet and indeed exceed the high expectations we have for those of us living in Washington. Let's work together to maintain these high standards. Respectfully, James L. Britton, Jay Hubblebank, and Dean Sargent. I have no idea what the incident was, but I think we all agree that, that's the way we need to behave. Any questions about that? Okay. Okay, so on to the minutes. They were sent out. And so Woody has a comment about the minutes.
It does indicate that I said there's been a major breakthrough with this multifamily housing subcommittee that you and I are on.
Right.
That's not true. I may have, I can't remember how I phrased it, but it's anything but a settled issue.
Oh, definitely.
I perhaps was overly optimistic making my report. But the issue of whether by special permit or site plan is a very live issue and unsettled.
Okay, so that, so we want
Like that, or it's not true.
Okay.
Could add it to say progress.
Also, while I have the floor, I mentioned as Woody R down near the bottom. And it must be confusing, anybody picking these things up.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't catch that.
Robert Woodruff listed as attending up at the top, and maybe that should be
Yeah,
my moniker.
okay. So can we make a motion somebody make a motion to accept them as edited by Woody?
So moved.
All those, a second by Woody, all those in favor? Aye. Motion is carried, so, the minutes have been accepted with the edits. Hi,
Hey, I'm from Voices, I'm Ann.
oh, you are, okay. So this is the Housing Commission meeting, and then following this is going to be, the Habitat for Humanity, workshop for potential homeowners. Okay, so are you here for both or
This is one.
just this one? Okay. We do have a quorum. We have actually five members, and we have three of us here, so. We don't have too much on our agenda,
Okay.
so I hope that you come back at another time.
I'm brand new, so I'm just getting to know everybody.
Well, Great,
Welcome.
yes, thank you for being here. And what is your name?
Ann Jameson.
Ann Jameson.
And could you just go around the table and tell me who everybody is, so I can familiar with everybody?
Okay, I'm Judy Gore, and I'm the chairman of the Housing Commission,
Thank you.
and this is,
I'm Carrie Lloyd.
Hi, Carrie.
Robert Woodruff.
Hi, Robert.
and so we are three members, and then Michelle.
Michelle Gora, Economic and Community Development Coordinator and Facilitator of the meeting.
She helps us with
I
our
work here.
technology. She, and others,
That's a
and,
good thing.
and many other things, yes.
That's great.
And this is
Michelle.
Chris Charles. He's a, member of our community,
Okay.
and he's been very extremely helpful with a lot of stuff. This has got a lot of history in this. Okay, so the minutes were accepted as edited. All right, so would you like to, update us, Woody, on that committee? On our subcommittee, we're working, Woody and I are working with some members of the zoning committee, commission,
Okay.
on a subcommittee
Okay.
to address public, Act 2129, which is, requesting towns to come up with multifamily, housing.
Okay.
And we do not, at the present time, have no regulations for multifamily housing.
Okay.
Because back in the 80s, they were all, dropped because of some issues regarding, some potential, big developments. And I guess people got, I do not remember it myself,
Mhm.
but anyway, so we're working on that. We have been working on it since August or something. Yeah, it's or July or August. Yes, and we meet every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So anyway, so here we are.
Well, I think we've done a lot of work and a potential what ordinance is we're closing in on. And we're going to meet later this week. Aren't we?
Yes, tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Oh, no, Thursday.
Thursday,
Yeah.
and I think we're mainly going to try to look at a document that our secretary Janet Hill has prepared of comparing what this proposed new ordinance.
I just, so we don't confuse, it's not an ordinance, it'd be an update to the regulations,
Thank you.
because ordinances are different.
All right,
Okay. Just for clarification.
so I'm speaking of the regulations.
Yeah.
That are being proposed. And I think that's the main item of the agenda for tomorrow.
Yes,
Do you agree? There's
I definitely agree on that, yes.
Thursday,
Thursday at 3:00.
what you just said last.
Well, then I said Thursday, yeah,
Right, right.
Thursday at 3.
Normally Normally Wednesday, but
Well, we had both, I had both in my calendar.
Well, yeah, because we wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
all the members would be able to attend. Because sometimes we will meet and then, at the next meeting, if somebody hasn't been there, they'll disagree with what we have agreed on, and so it's going back and forth. So that's where we are. It's been, it's a lot. There's, and I think when it gets presented, it has to get presented to the zoning commission. And then they will approve it or not. And I think that's the end of it. Or does it have, I don't think it has to go to a town meeting. I think the zoning commission. Do you know? Yeah, I think
I think it has to go to the
Shouldn't
planning
be
commission,
planning?
and that's pretty much it.
planning
Planning,
Yeah.
maybe before zoning?
No, it has to go to planning.
Yeah,
and then
They have a hearing, and if they adopted it, zoning, it's adopted.
it's
Yeah.
done. It's not, a town meeting is, no, this is not, so I think it's just planning and zoning.
okay. So. And just to inform you that we have, what this commission does is support, the Washington Community Housing Trust, which is a nonprofit. They do a lot of the work that has to be done, but we try to get the funding for them. We try to support them in whatever way we can. We have a plan, a housing plan that was adopted actually prior to when I was even on this commission. But it's 2020,
It's
Two?
27. I brought it.
22 to 27.
Yeah.
Um,
A little bit.
Yeah. And, so where was I going with that? I don't remember. Okay, oh, all right, so they have, so the housing trust has been bequeathed a piece of property on Baldwin Hill. It's about 4.5 acres. And so we have actually been in the process, and they have been in the process of finding out how many homes could possibly be built there. So it's been a lot, it's been a long process. They have, you have to do the surveys and the test holes, and the last thing that hopefully has been done, I contacted Bill Fairburn, and he said he was gonna try and find out if the environmental study had been done yet. But they have submitted a proposal to the HTTC, which, tell me what that's,
HTCC,
Or
it's the tax
TTCs?
credit,
housing tax credit.
but it's run through CHAPA, and I guess mostly financed by
By
Eversource.
Eversource, correct. So-
I got it, that was June 1st, and I got it in on time.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah. We did it. So, so we'll see what happens with that. I mean, it's a matter of money and land and, the town people's willingness to either donate land or donate money for the cause. Okay, so anyway, that's where we are with that. And, it's a slow process. But, yeah. Are there any questions about that, at the Baldwin Hill project? Or comments? No. Okay, so, under new business, we are having the Habitat for Humanity is doing a workshop for home buyers tonight here at 6 o'clock. And hoping to get some more applicants for the homes that have been built and are proposed to be built on McGat, off of McGat, what's in it, Myfield, off of McGat Road in New Preston. So working on that. Yes,
I had a question about 3B on our agenda. About how.
oh, I'm sorry, I skipped that. Okay, so one of the things we did, and Michelle and Oscar created these posters. And they have some flyers that were created. And on Saturday, Henrietta and I sat at the market. And we were there for about, I was there for about 3 hours, and people passed by, and we tried to engage them. And to alert them to what our, our initiative is. And some people were, that were very interested in it. And nobody was, negative about it, for sure. But the problem with Saturday morning is that it seemed that most of the people that came by, or many of the people that came by, are not residents here in this town, so it wouldn't really affect them. Although there were a couple of people that would like to live in town. For example, there was a Pilavolus dancer who lives in Woodbury, and he would love it if, there was more affordable housing here. And apparently, in the past, many of the Pilavolus dancers, they have gone up to Torrington. I guess they have a more affordable place to live up there. But they would, of course, much rather be living in Washington where they're doing their practice. Yeah. So that's what we've done. And Henrietta and I are going to do it again. And if you would like to join us, either of you, on Friday sometime, and Michelle suggested possibly around the noon time, because a lot of the workers in town come in and purchase their lunches at the market. So
Yeah,
they
that
might
makes
be
sense.
really, so it might be a good time to do it. So maybe we'll try and do it around noon.
Maybe instead of, Saturday.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do, and we can't do it every Saturday morning. People are gonna, yeah, and besides, we don't have the manpower to do that every Saturday. So we're gonna do that. So that's where we are with that. Do you have more?
I
you
was
wanna
just gonna say, this was all prepared for the block party, which got canceled.
Oh, right. I forgot.
So we did a quick pivot to Saturday in front of the market because Friday night got rained out. So, I think we can continue to work on and modify. I mean, I put together a very quick brochure. Oscar and I were having trouble logging into the same Canva account, and it was like the next day, so I just printed a couple for the trust. I just grabbed stuff from their website, but we can improve that definitely. And they are hoping to reschedule the block party, so once that happens,
Yeah.
I think that'll be an opportunity to really talk to a lot of people. But it
Yeah.
was great. I mean, I think you did a
Well,
great
it was
job
good,
in front of the market, speaking to people. And it's interesting because I think when we should think about, like, yes, people who work here but don't live here will be at the market at lunchtime.
Yeah,
But we also want to make sure that we are
well, we want to,
targeting residents who live here and will vote at meetings, or, we gotta figure out who we're trying to reach. Are we trying to, and at some point,
everybody.
yeah, right, everybody, it's true, it's true.
You might have to set up at the Banner Market though.
Oh, really?
I mean, because I shop at all the area markets and
Oh, well.
it amazes me who I run into. And
From
it's-
town
it's
here?
Town and gown, George Murphy used to be at the Banner Market, right?
Well, and maybe
But-
it's not the market, maybe it's Marty's, or
I
maybe it's the pavilion during baseball practices. I don't know.
I think the lunchtime on Friday is a great idea, and I mean, a lot of guys do stop for lunch.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I think, even though you felt on Saturday that a lot of the people were saying they didn't live here, I think you presented a really great face, and I think the word gets around, and I'm
Yeah,
sure you
well,
picked up something. And some people picked up some great cookies.
Well, I still have them. They're in my freezer.
I was like, "Can I have 4?"
I know.
I have a wonderful picture and it's on my computer up in my office. I was gonna share it with everyone of Judy and Henrietta at the table, and Judy made the cutest little house cookies that she decorated. They were adorable. We had stuff there for the kids to play, but that was for the block party, and I think,
Yeah.
it's a magnetic
that would-
things to make a
yeah.
house. So if it were a kids event where there were lots of kids around, we were loaned those from Jocelyn Air at the Litchfield County House Center for Housing Opportunity as sort of an engagement piece. So, yeah, we're ready for the next one, I had copies of the affordable housing plan made so that people could pick up on it.
Yeah.
On it. So we still have that box. So we still have our stuff.
Yeah.
We'll keep,
And it just a little bit at a time, you know?
yeah,
Sometimes the clergy of churches can be approached, for one or more of us to come by and give a 3-minute promo and maybe hand out a brochure.
During the service, you mean?
Yeah, there are usually announcements.
Do you want to do that, Woody? I mean, I'll be glad to do it at my church.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we can-
you Have to do 2 or 3. I mean, it's up to the clergy really,
Yeah, what,
the traffic cops.
that's true.
Maybe they could do it themselves.
So do you want to contact them?
Yeah, I.
And just, and let me know.
Brochure, a 4-color thing or something there.
for the housing trust.
So no, this thing that Ted and I did,
So, no, that I just printed as it was, because I made a poster of it, those are, here are the quotes. And then we have the brochure for the down payment assistance program, and this is just for the trust. This little one, but I need to fix the margins, like I didn't, it's okay. But it's got the key, it's got their website, it's got the contact info, it's adequate, but. We can improve that, so,
well, maybe I'll get on board and do some soundings and see whether there's.
Yeah,
what the traffic is there.
Yeah, I mean,
Come back to you for supplies.
sure, yeah, so I have a box in my office. And, I'm here Monday through Thursday. I'm in and out though too, I can always grab it if you wanna set up on a Friday. Or set it downstairs for.
I'll pick it up on Thursday. For Friday, for this Friday. Hopefully it's not raining. Supposed to have rain, a bit of rain coming up. Yeah,
For outreach though, I just also, hopefully you saw, there was the article in the newsletter,
yeah,
right? Like
yes,
just letting people know, still Judy did a nice job with that, trying to get the word out.
yeah. So then, Chris, thank you for sending this. Update about it. I sent it to the members.
Okay.
Of the commission. And I think it's. And do you have that? The thing that Chris, here's a copy.
Oh, okay.
He sent that to me.
Yeah.
One on, May 18th,
Yes,
so it's not a definitive thing, but it's just, I think every
Well,
time
it's
we
thing-
can all sort of try to get things sort of defined and have that master list, I mean, it helps organize our thoughts a little bit.
no, I thought it was very helpful.
Okay, good.
Um,
So you haven't had a chance to see the latest thing I sent you?
I guess not. When did you send it? This afternoon?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, so I can tell you that after you're done, whatever you want to say with this.
well, I just think that we need to look at this
Yeah.
and then maybe at the next meeting, we can just talk about maybe where we can go from here.
Right, so the thing I sent this afternoon was actually a follow-up, on, remember the house that I shared with you guys that Habitat built in Hartford?
Yes,
It's an all-electric house, and I thought Carol would understand that one and be kind of, it's a net zero house, super insulated, solar, this sort of thing. The annual heating bill, heating, cooling, and electric bill, annual, it's $150 for the whole year, right? So part of what makes it affordable. But then there's an article that I gotten out of the New Yorker that David Owen wrote. And it's only David could write some of the things he writes, but anyway. He's like, we need electricians, and he is going into all of the work that is being done to incorporate solar, to shift to electric cars. And about the huge shortage of electricians and tradespeople. We used to have, trade school in all of our high schools, or we don't, right? But anyway, it's a great article about,
What issue was that?
it was April 23rd, but I sent you a copy of the article. I sent it to you. I copied Henrietta and Woody, so
Okay,
you got it. But I also included that original 4-pager on the house in Hartford, the Habitat House there. So basically, it's what I found really exciting. I didn't realize that Connecticut is so far ahead of the rest of the nation in terms of still keeping the trade schools alive. Okay, and you suddenly understand why Biden tapped the Commissioner of Education from, is that what you call it, Michelle? The guy who was the state head of education,
Oh, right, yes, Commissioner.
it was tapped to become the head of.
Yeah.
Department of
Department,
Education
yeah,
nationally, right? Because David talks about how we have this really unique systems. You know, we've lost it, we don't have the other motor shop in Chabad, but, you know, we've got farming there and we've got
yeah,
electricians there and whatever.
well, and
So
there are vocational
I was
schools,
just
there
saying,
still
Philip
are.
Abbott Tech and, I think if we send.
Oliver
Abbott Tech-
Wolcott?
Oliver Wolcott are the two closest technical schools.
Yeah.
That we tuition kids to.
but it also gets into the college level. I mean, you've got like CCSU that offers the construction management and then you get into all the jobs that are being opened up with windmills and stuff and your electric boat. They can't find the people,
Yeah,
you
No,
know,
they can.
so we have a great opportunity.
right. So but I think what I'm gonna ask the our commission to do is to really look at this and kind of prioritize what maybe direction we want to go in. And to read that article too. I'll send it to everybody.
And please, it's, my notes are not the be all end all, it's just hopefully
No, it's helpful.
contributes to what you,
We,
bits and pieces, right?
I really appreciate it. I really do. Okay, I mean, that's all that I had on the agenda. Does anybody else want to bring anything else up? We have nothing to act on right now. No. Chris, did you want to bring anything else up?
Well, the only thing I was thinking of is, and actually, wasn't able to go to planning, but I listened to the discussion about all the schools and their problem with housing. And I'm always thinking we have to think big, right?
Yeah.
But you do have to work little bits and pieces and baby steps. But I think you also have to have a sense of, you know, to me, 30 houses is important for the 22 to 27 period, but I'm still thinking about 184 more we need.
Yeah.
And so taking those numbers, which are $375,000 to build a house, you need $69 million.
Hi. They should be here.
I know, they should be here
And it should-
now.
I think they're coming. I think she's.
No,
No,
not
it's
it.
gonna be right here.
It's gonna be right
We're
to-
almost,
Almost adjourned.
we're almost adjourned.
Very popular.
Now, here comes. One box.
Anyway, the thing I wanted to get at is, one of the things working in conservation, I'm always astounded at how much money people have to invest in
Yeah.
buying land. And how little they mind taking a big loss. Because they're gonna write it off. And so it's like, how do we get some of that, you know, shifted toward housing? And,
Well, I do think that Bill Faber works very hard to do that.
Yeah, no, I know,
Yeah.
and the thing is that. Anyway, I think it's important. Like when you're fundraising too, I mean, I'm not expecting that the housing commission is gonna say, hey, everybody, we need $69 million. But I mean, you know, I think if you're aware of like what the long term is, and, I mean, you just never know. And the schools benefit from a lot of big donors. Who have, you know, I mean, there was one at Rumsey who arrived in January or February one year and said, I want my son to go here, but we need a new dorm for him to move into. Well, they built a dorm for him to be, you know, resident of in September. And, you know, I mean, the guy gave the money to do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut you off
Yeah,
only
no,
because the
that's fine.
people for Habitat for Humanity are here. So can I have a motion to adjourn? No move? Okay, we are adjourned and the